Hello YouTube, this is video number 2. Today I went to a place called Shinjuku Gyoen, which is basically the national garden of Shinjuku, Japan. This place, it was beautiful, and it was basically different gardens, different types of gardens anyway. Like you had the mother and child's forest, Japanese traditional garden, English garden, French gardens. The French garden was amazing. It was like these strange trees that looked kind of like conifers, but they were more, they had bigger leaves. They had leaves. Conifers don't have leaves, do they? They have those green things. Anyway, yeah. But I sat about here in the Japanese traditional garden area, and I sat and I meditated, and there was a little bell going off, like ding ding ding, ding ding ding, and I'm just there like in the zone. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced. It was the most powerful meditative experience I've ever had, and it was like I sat there and you could feel how each thing was just connected. Like each little event that was going on was connected. And you'd see the birds come down, you'd see them fly away, and it's one of those things that you can't really articulate, but something you have to experience for yourself, which is a kind of gnosis. So what do I really want to talk about today? I'll be back in. I suppose really what I want to talk about is how far removed we are from the old ways. It doesn't matter what country we're in. Everybody is in this sort of concrete universe, which is not really conducive to mindfulness and the mental, the neural plasticity that we sort of need in order to practice magic, to influence the universe. I mean, time was, if you wanted something, you'd go to a shaman or a tribal magician, and you would say, I have these things to give. Can you do this for me? And the tribal elder would say, yeah, of course. Well, not elder, but magician would basically appeal to the gods, and there we would go. And most likely, it would happen. Say, we need rain, there's a drought. The belief in that magical practice would make it happen. And today, I mean, the first test that most practitioners of the law of attraction would say is, see if you can find a cent on the floor. Make it happen. That's how weak our belief is. That we basically have to make something that is obvious to come true. Come true. Yeah. Can you imagine the lack of faith that the people must have for that to be the first thing? I mean, nothing like, think of a mansion, or make, I don't know, 10 grand appear. Try that. As long as you have the feeling, the belief, the faith, you can do anything. I mean, the Bible story says, if you have faith, you can move mountains. That's what Jesus was telling his followers. Just move a mountain. Have the faith. Walk on water. I mean, what was Peter? Peter sees Jesus, thinks he's a ghost, and Jesus says, fear ye not, 'tis I. And they're like, oh, wow, it's Jesus. He's not a ghost. Cool. And Peter's like, racked with faith. Yes, I'm going to go to Jesus. And he goes on the water, and his faith sustains him on the surface of the water. I think if Peter had wanted to see a 1 cent coin or $1 or whatever on the pavement, he would have seen it. The magic is so thin in the world these days. I mean, this is the thing. I'm in this garden and the birds are going, and as I said yesterday in my previous video about how I could hear like things when I was having anxiety, Chris. All I heard throughout that was Chris, hey Chris. It was just birds, and I'm like, wow, that's unusual. I'm either imagining it or some sort of spiritual things going on, and I just thought, it ain't gonna hurt me, it's cool. I even said hello back a few times because I would rather experience something like that than have nothing. I would rather the side effects of spiritual contact than have no spiritual contact at all, because it's part of our nature. We are spiritual beings. Why would we not want to talk to God? Why would we not want to? Why would we rather look out at the world and see nothing but concrete and glass and metal and miserable people? And my God, to me, sometimes I look out and everybody is miserable. Nobody wants to communicate. Nobody wants to experience the beauty of life. They just want to go home and watch Netflix. They'll probably watch something with magic in it. Oh, they don't want to practice it themselves. Oh, it's too difficult, but they'll watch a little guy with glasses. Expelliarmus! I mean, there's people nowadays who are using Harry Potter magic. They're actually using it. Because all it is a matter of is faith. It's just a faith-based system. If you believe it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And in fact, that's quite funny. Because from a material perspective, that belief can really affect you. If you believe that money is the root of all evil, the love of money is the root of all evil, what most people take the love bit out, and it's just, oh, money's the root of all evil. Well, people believe that. It's ingrained in here. Oh, they were bloody rich shit, that sort of thing, oh, all that money they've got, oh, they must have done something bad to get that. I mean, the conspiracy theory, some of which I've over the years ascribed to, some of it is true, it must be. I mean, everything has a grain of truth within it. But the entire conspiracy theory movement is based upon this idea that all these rich people band together, Bilderberg and all that shit, and use their money for nefarious aims to manipulate world events and all this. And it is always the poorest who sit there on their credit laptops and kick off about them because they're jealous. And even if they don't feel their jealousy, even if they just think, oh, this is because they're evil, it is usually jealousy. I mean, how many people would actually say no to $1 million or $1 billion? No, I don't need that. I don't need that life-changing amount of money that means I'd never have to get up off my ass again to go down the job centre and, you know, sign on. No, I don't need that. Yeah. Materialism isn't a bad thing. It isn't. I mean, it can be used for bad, restrictive purposes. It can make you think that the entire world is nothing but atoms and that there's no energy field of spirit or anything, you know. But it's not a bad thing in per se. I mean, we are material beings as well as spiritual beings. To deny one aspect is to essentially deny the other. So, yeah. But I just wish that people would take in the actual glorious nature of the world around them. I really do. They're missing out so much. I mean, as I was meditating, some Australians, I believe it was, came to the bench next to me. It was like a big sitting area. And I'd just finished and I was just sitting there drinking my milk tea. And they were there with the cameras, running around like tourists. And I got up to leave and I heard one of the people say, "Well, mate, there's no point standing around here." And I'm like, yes, there is. I think he might have actually said no point sitting here. I'm like, really? Have you seen this? There's no point in sitting there. And it's because they've got this mindset, we've got to keep moving, otherwise it's a waste of time. And I was like that last year. I really was. There was times when I was in my hotel room and I just sat there and I thought, oh my God, what a waste of time this is. I need to be doing something. I need to go somewhere. Otherwise this is, you know, I'm not taking it all in. But obviously spending 5 hours in Shinjuku in the gardens and around, bloody hell, that's enough. I mean, I don't understand anymore why you can't sit there and take that little bit in for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't know why we have to keep running around, have to keep moving, have to... What are you trying to find? It's right there. I mean, 15 minutes of meditation every day would change anybody's life. Even if you didn't know how to do it, to just sit there and close your eyes, even if your ego's going away, that stillness, that stopping your body, just, they'll work wonders. And eventually, suddenly, you'll be like, I get this. And your mind will go silent, and your eyes will go to here, and you'll be meditating for reals. And one day you'll be able to meditate with your eyes open. And you'll be able to see what I saw today. And you'll hear the bell. It's mint. That's enough from me anyway. It's all rambles. Eventually, I'm sure there'll be some order. But until then, enjoy my rants. Ciao.